Luke.
I often feel that this question is blindly ignored among my fellow peers, which is why I'm stepping forward today to ask, how does it feel to be neurodivergent? Well, it's a question without a short answer. And I am here to tell you. My name is Luke Whiteoak, and I have a mental disorder called autism. I want to show you how that feels for me. But first we need to find the etymology of this word. Neuro, meaning mind, and divergent is just a synonym for different. So neurodivergence is just to have a different mind. I have a very different mind. Now, that can be good, that can be not so good, and it can be everything in between, really. Who here knows what stimming is? Okay. Stimming is an action that some neurodivergent people may do without being able to control it or know. My form of stimming is flapping my hands. But it could be anything really, from playing with your hair, to playing with a fidget spinner, to jolting in a seat, even vocal noises. Anything really. Now my neurodivergence can be great. I have a lot of things I may not be able to do without it. For example, comic making, animating, songwriting, all of these things that I may not be able to do without my friend, autism. And it's not just me who feels this way. Who has heard of either of the two people on the screen behind me? Okay. This man on the left, his name is Lionel Messi, and he is one of the best, if not the best footballer of this day and age. And he was diagnosed with autism at 9 years old. How did this help him with his football? Well, Messi's strong point is running with the ball, thinking tactically, and thinking ahead of the game. Now, this would often require a lot of detail and a strong sense of detail, which autistic people generally have. Now, on the other hand, this woman on the right, her name is Billie Eilish, and she was diagnosed with a disorder called Tourette syndrome at 11, which involves lots of vocal stems out of their control. Now, while this didn't help her directly, one of the ways to reduce vocal stems in Tourette syndrome is musical performance. Coincidence? I think not. However, I want to give you a little story and a little scenario. Say you're at work or at school, and you see somebody who flaps, jolts, or does anything out of the ordinary. Be honest, what do you do? The person in my case decides to mock me, or to imitate me. What are you doing this for? They would ask. And on nights like that, I lie in bed, and I wonder, what would life like? What would life be like to be normal? I hate that word. I hate it with a passion. What is normal? Why is it so bad not to be normal? In fact, in a recent survey about neurodivergence, roughly a fifth of all of the people who took the essay actually used the word normal or ordinary to describe what neurodivergence may not be. A quarter of all of the people felt uncomfortable with their neurodivergence, and less than 18% of all of the people who took the test actually knew what neurodivergence was. Those are great stats. But what can you do? Well, for starters, you could try not mocking them, not imitating them. Instead, you could treat them like everybody else you know. You could grab a tissue if they're sad. You could talk with them. You could give them space if they want it. Don't baby them, of course. But don't make them feel uncomfortable with what they have, because it can really leave a sting that can stay for a long time. Now, what I want you to walk away with today is, please, celebrate the mind in every kind. Thank you for listening.
I think you can see why so many people more excited about that talk. You know, the last two talks really highlight the values of our community.